I'm Guenevere, and in this video I'm going to show you a quick gouache painting I did while I was hanging out at a restaurant with my friend. I started out by making a quick drawing with a watercolor pencil. You can see I put a little sad face on my lamp because I thought he kind of looked like a little robot guy. I didn't, however, make him into a robot. I just continued working on the lamp. As you can see, there was a little lamp on our table, and I thought it was a perfect subject for a restaurant painting because not many restaurants have lamps on the table. It just seemed like the perfect thing to capture. I started out putting in a light wash of the colors to get an idea of where I wanted to go with it, putting in more darker colors for the darks, but then kind of keeping it light for medium values so that I could work my way into them. This is one of the things I'm still learning with gouache, is that you can kind of use it like watercolor, so you can water it down and keep it thin, but then you can use more paint and keep it a little bit thicker to get the more opaque colors. The real advantage to gouache is that it is water-based, so your painting is dry by the time you want to go home, so you don't have to worry about carrying a wet painting home like with oils. The trick with gouache is getting the right amount of water in your paint. So I use a paper towel here, as you can see, to constantly wipe the brush, constantly manage how much moisture is in the paint. One trick that I can use is using the lid of my watercolor pencils for my painting palette. Once I'm done painting, I can just wash it off, and the paint is usually dry by the time I'm ready to go home. Even though this is in time-lapse, I am working pretty quickly. The whole session of working on this probably took about 2 hours. I'm getting close to finishing, and I'm ready to put those highlights on. And I make sure not to use pure white, so I'm mixing up a color that's going to be the right amount of lightness, but also a color that will work for the object that I'm putting it on. I break out the small brushes for these details, but mostly for the rest of the painting I was using the larger brushes, and I really only use the small ones just to get those tiny little highlights and details to really show the subtlety in the object. Another thing that's great about gouache that I prefer over watercolor is that if you make a mistake, it's pretty easy to go back and fix it. So here I made a mistake on the shape of that light part in the base of the light bulb. So I'm making up the color again of the outside of the metal, so I can just go back and fix that edge. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell icon so you get notified when I upload a new video. If you like the gouache painting, I have a couple more coming from Santa Fe where I did some landscapes. So stay tuned and I'll see you soon.